It take a loss to be a boss. 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 Shit. That part of the game, my nigga, when you take a loss, nigga, that's part of the game, trying to be a boss, nigga. What's up, YouTube? Welcome back, YouTube, back to one of y'all favorite contents, man. Finna be your favorite content, another one of y'all favorite content, man. 31, Pastor Eddie. Pastor Eddie series, man. Season 1, man. You know what I'm saying? It finna be your favorite, cause it's gonna get more interesting. Cause I got a message to give y'all, man. A story to tell y'all where y'all can learn from. And then, you know what I'm saying? And you're gonna get your spiritual update. But we're gonna get to that. Just stay tuned, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we start right here, but sooner or later you stay down, it's gonna get more interesting. But just listen. And shout out to the one that listening and paying attention. Cause I get judged for what I say or tell you or influence you. I get judged for that. So I be careful what I say to you. I do my research. But anyway, we're gonna start it off again from the last episode when I was telling you Grandma had left. When Grandma had her name on the lease. Alright. And she left. And we were partying and everything when she left and everything, you know. But it ain't last long. So check this out. What we gonna get to part 4 to, man. Getting to know me. On what channel? Let's say it together. King of the Bando. Let's go! Man, you make sure you like, subscribe, comment, man. I appreciate y'all, man. We at 100K. But yo, like I said, man, yo, so boom. So yo, when Grandma left, like I told you, her name was on the leash. She left. You know what I'm saying? She left because she couldn't take it no more. You know what I'm saying? The due respect. You know what I mean? As she should, because I don't blame her. You know what I'm saying? I still wasn't mad at my grandma. But anyway, when she left, I say 2-3 days later, man. I think in 2 weeks or it was a week. It was one of the two. I know. I'm gonna say a week. I know that we had to leave. You know what I'm saying? That we had to leave. Cause Grandma had left, and her name was on the lease. So anybody take their name out of the lease, or when they leave and they take their name out of the lease, and then if anybody else in there, I mean, you know what I'm saying, be prepared to get put out. Cause that would happen to us, cause our name was on the lease, and we got put out that house. Boom. So when we got put out that house, I think where we go? Where I go? Let's see. I ain't gonna tell y'all no lie. When we got put out that house, we moved somewhere. I went somewhere. Give me a second, y'all. I can't say I can't say right now where we went to after that though. I can't say. I can't say where we went after that. I'm trying to think. What happened after that. I want to say I went to Belter Home. I want to say I went to Belter Home. Yeah, cause Belter Home always saved me. That's why I love Belter Home till today. You know what I'm saying? You know, Belter Home took care of me. Like Belter Home, it's a project in Athens, Georgia called Belter Home. And I think I went to Belter Home. I went to Belter Home, and I think my brother went to my auntie Cher's house. Yeah, we split it up. I think we split it up. But we did split up because, like I said, I think I went to Delta Home and I stayed with some cousins or some friends or something like that. Got a relationship too, and all of it got played out. You know what I'm saying? All of it got played out at the same time. Then I think I moved back to my auntie. Yep, we moved my auntie, and you know what I'm saying, our auntie helped her got an apartment. That right. She sure did that. My auntie did that. My auntie, yeah, she did that. Boom. Cause we were getting the income. You know, we always got an income every month, you know what I'm saying? No, we were raised up getting an income every month. But my aunt, I think, yeah, cause all they had in, cause when I kept going house to house like that, you know what I'm saying, 2, 3 people house and built the home. Then when all that ended, I went to my auntie house and she helped them get an apartment. And we moved to Oakwood 4. I-113, Oakwood 4. That was me and my brother. First apartment. That was our first apartment. That what happened. So at the time, my mama didn't teach me responsibility. We're gonna get to that to a next episode. I'm gonna tell you who taught me responsibility. We're gonna get to that. Uh she always raised her depend on her, you know what I'm saying? Sorry for the little gap between the video, but we gonna look past it. Like I'm saying, I'm getting there. But yo, she always raised her depend on her. Like I said, my brother told me, bro, we need to get our plan together. And you know what I'm saying? I said, nah, but anyway, yo, man, she raised her like it depend on her. But she ain't never taught her the business. You know what I'm saying? She ain't never taught her the business and responsibility. My mom didn't teach me that. You know what I'm saying? So boom, I-113, Oakwood 4 was our first apartment. I was bootleg. You know what I'm saying? Doing, making the money. We having, you know what I'm saying, gang banging and all that, having all the niggas there and some women there, having a great time, you know what I'm saying, making money, you know what I'm saying? Having the business, man, having fun, we having fun. We going down, up and down, you know what I'm saying? Shoot out, fights, jump. We lost some, we won some. That when we were young, you know what I'm saying? That was teen then, I ain't gonna say all the people got altercation now because they ain't bought that because we paid that now. We grown, we paid that now, but love. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no but love now, you know what I mean? That was then, but now, but I'm just saying, it was, we having a great time, up and downs in Oakwood 4. People know in my area, Athens, Georgia, Oakwood 4, that's on the north side, over there by North Avenue. I don't know what it called today, but it was over there, Oakwood 4. I don't know what Oakwood 4 is called now, but that was my first apartment when I was 18. My brother was 17. Boom, you know what I'm saying? And all sir, they ran over. They got ran through. Boom. Then we got put out of there too. You know what I'm saying? Boom. So, uh, I think after that I went. I think I went back to Delta Home. Uh-huh. Yep, I went back to Delta Home again. So then when I got put out of Oakwood 4, I went back to Delta Home. Yep, I went back to Delta Home. No. Yeah, I think I did go back to Delta Home. I think I did go back to Delta Home. I don't know. But I think I did go back to Delta Home again. I don't know. I don't know. But long story short, uh, going past that, uh, I stayed with my auntie. Yeah, I stayed with my auntie. I'm sorry. I stayed with my auntie. So did. Yeah, I stayed with my auntie. After over 4, I stayed. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't want to tell no lie to y'all. I stayed with my auntie, and I'm gonna make it real short. I stayed with my auntie, and my auntie taught me responsibility. I thank my auntie today. My auntie today. 'Cause I got a lot of auntie, the real auntie now, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, she know who I am, they know she is. You know what I'm saying? I went stay with my auntie, boom. And my auntie, and I thank her today, like I said, she taught me responsibility. She taught me the building, man. You know what I'm saying? Take care of myself or responsibilities and stuff like that. You know, eat, take your food, and just responsibility. What you supposed to do for yourself. She taught me that, and I moved my other auntie after that. Yeah, I moved my other auntie after that. She stayed down the street from her, Holler Red. You know what I'm saying? This is my area. Y'all know what I'm talking about. She stayed down the street. I moved down there with my auntie. Boom. I stayed down there with my auntie, and I stayed with my auntie, and after that, me and my grandma. Yeah, that's right. Me and grandma got an apartment together. I moved. Me and grandma had got an apartment together. Yep, yep. Me and my grandma had got an apartment together. So you know what I'm saying? Over there in Sunny Hill, not Sunny Hill, but Sunset on the west side. And Sunset, she had got an apartment. Me and yo, that's right. That's how me and my baby mama got together in Sunset. Yep. In Sunset, I moved my grandma. And I'm finna tell you something. Like I told you previously, we were raised up. We were raised up with income every month. But me knowing my mama didn't teach me to bid, I'm thinking the income continued going on. But all of a sudden, when I stayed with my grandma, they turned my check off. So stay tuned in for the next episode after this. You know what I'm saying? I apologize for the little pause in my story. I just don't want to tell y'all no lie, man. Sit here and tell y'all a lie. And you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Prolong with it. Like I said, I'm learning, and I'm still learning. As I'm learning, we're going to get better. It's going to get more interesting. Just stay with me. You know what I'm saying? Just stay tuned, but we're going to get to there. My check turned off when I stayed with my grandma. So, that, you know what I mean? So stay tuned in after that one. Then it's finna get real. You know what I'm saying? It gonna get real. It gonna get realer. My check had turned off. I'll never forget. My auntie had took my grandma. We always go to the bank. Cause I was about 19 years old. I think about, cause 19, 18, 19, I think about 19, 20, or 19, 20, one and two. But if you get a check, I had learned to bid. If you get a check within your teenage year, they turn 18, they're gonna have to reapply. They gonna give it to you. Well, I ain't know that. I didn't know that. So boom, we gonna get to that though. Cause I ain't know the business. Like I said, they turned my check off. My income. They turned it off. So we gonna stay tuned after that, man. And leave and pick up what we left off, man. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. God bless y'all, I say.